hello everybody, and today's video is, well, let's just say I found some kind of potential lolcow here, or a potential Poe, but I have reason to suggest, and I have a friend who can totally back me up on this, that it definitely is not a Poe, it is real. Now there is this YouTube channel by the name of Suspension of Disbelief, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's called Suspension of Disbelief, so immediately I had worries of him being a Poe, but then I watched this particular video, and now I'm pretty much convinced that the guy really is being serious here. Now it's not just the video that also convinced me that he isn't a Poe, it's also the fact that his comments section also pretty much confirms that the guy is actually the real deal, and you'll be seeing that soon. Now, what is this video? Why am I mentioning this video? What is this video? And why is it so lol-worthy that I myself will make a video on it? Well, you see, this guy is a member of the alt-right, or is at least on that whole spectrum, and this guy is convinced that there is some kind of Masonic, Illuminati conspiracy that involves gay people and transsexuals for some reason. And he thinks that Dreamy is a secret transsexual, and that she's not a woman, she's not a cis woman, she's a transsexual, and she's part of a Masonic conspiracy, and Millennial Woes is her Masonic handler. I'm not making that up, he literally said it. This is part 2 of a 3-part series, and he says the same things throughout constantly in this second part. Just so you know, people, I'm not going to be cherry picking him because, again, he repeats himself over and over again, so I'm just going to take parts of the argument that are relevant to the video, and also I'm not going to go through the other 2 parts because I've not seen them yet. Just this part of the video, he seems to be trying to discuss about why she's a transsexual in some way, and why there's a whole Masonic conspiracy. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Link will be in the description down below to check it out yourselves. So let's do this.
So, since there is more to this person, Dreamy Diglett,
and of course, he's German. Why would he not be?
I have to make another video. Viewers sent me some good videos of this person. Shoutouts to Asteria for the work. Thank you very much. What is interesting about this person, what I haven't mentioned in the first video, is that this tranny is now 18 years old, started the channel when it was 17, and it appears that a lot of older men in their 30s and up to the 50s seem to want to have sexual relations with this person.
Oh, of course, she has to be a tranny, and of course her fan base are to be in their 30s, 40s and 50s and want to have sexual relationships with her, right? I mean, obviously that's why they're there. It's not like that they like the absurdist humour and the surrealism and maybe her thoughts on politics. Well, most of them probably won't like that now anymore, but, you know, it has to do with them wanting to have sex with her. Yeah, this is going horseshoe already.
And there we go again with the dropping of the age of consent. So the younger the better.
I'm sorry, dropping of the age of consent? What do you want it to be, 21, 25? So adults can't have sex unless you find them to be completely and utterly old enough. Like, you see them and you think, yeah, they're old enough, definitely. I mean, what does that mean? What's that got to do with anything? She's 18. 17 and 18 is both legal in our countries. My age of consent is 16. I think in Germany it's 14 or 15. Maybe it's 16 too. I can't remember. What's the issue here? What's this got to do with anything? Why is it any of your business? I don't know. I guess it's just some big conspiracy that they just want to have sex with kids, right? I mean, of course he believes that, doesn't he? They're all paedophiles. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this seems to be the modus operandi of the gay mafia.
That's one thing I purposely left out at the intro. The gay mafia. There's a gay mafia, people. There's a gay mafia who's hell-bent on making sure that all these little kids are getting raped by these older people because reasons. They're just the gay mafia. That's what they do. And obviously, it's all part of the Masonic Illuminati conspiracy, right?
I know it sounds stupid, but it is that way. It is a gay mafia. The way they operate is very mafia-like.
And of course, he doesn't show us how and why that is, because that would just be too convenient now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, let's look at this video, the first one. I try not to butcher this video because Asteria made surely had to look at a lot of this footage, and this creature is rather eerie looking. It reminds me of a spider or something like that, or Slender Man.
I think we all know what we're dealing with here, people. We're dealing with somebody who doesn't really go out that much. I know. I guess I am dropping to the level of the, oh, you're just a in your basement virgin level thing, but this is what it honestly sounds like to me. This is a guy who hasn't gone out much, hasn't had much female attention or contact whatsoever, and why else would anyone think she looks like a spider or Slender Man? Why else would anybody have, as you'll soon see, such weird ideas about how women should look like and what the ideal woman, or just women in general, ought to look like? I mean, it's just, you need to see this for yourself. I mean, a spider or Slender Man, yeah, she is slender, but she doesn't look like Slender Man. But again, remember, he thinks she's a tranny, so he thinks that's disgusting, so he's seeing things that aren't actually there. I don't even know how people do this. I honestly don't.
These people, man. Okay, in this video we can see a good... we can take a good look at the Adam's apple.
Which isn't particularly edited, although I may end up with some jump cuts in here for the sake of keeping...
Yeah, she even said it, that there's not much editing going on. That's why we can see the Adam's apple in this version better than in other videos.
No editing, therefore she's hiding her Adam's apple. She's literally said it to everybody. Oh! Only a crazy could come up with something like that. Who could literally see something like, oh, not much editing here because I want to be less edited in this video. Obviously means she's hiding something and not, she just wants to make it stream of consciousness, because he totally watched what the video was about, right?
Just look at this part of her neck.
Things shorter than they otherwise would be, but I felt that the situation called for a bit more of a comprehensive explanation, and I would like to...
I guess you already saw it.
Aren't surprised to hear, and that would be the response that I...
Oh, yeah. How could I have missed this with the first viewing? I rushed the first run, unfortunately. Let's slow down the time a little bit. Maybe this is going to be a two-parter, since there's a little bit more to this person, or more good shots of this exposing itself as a tranny.
We're also seeing this guy's innate lack of knowledge about the human anatomy. All human beings have Adam's apples. All of us. We all have the larynx cartilage in our throats that protects the larynx from damage. Just that men have bigger ones than women on average. Some women have big Adam's apples. That doesn't make them transsexuals at all. You can go look that up. It will be there. It's true. It's real. Go fuck yourselves. So even then, his Adam's apple thing is completely pointless, because everybody has one. Some bigger than others. Yes, on average, men have it bigger. But even then, her throat is moving while she's talking. Of course, her larynx is going to show more prominently than it would if she wasn't speaking. What's his point here anyway? There is no point.
In the comments section of my latest video,
here you can see it very clearly.
Yes, we can see she has a throat. Let's move on to the next thing, people, where he starts to talk about even more dumb things.
I mean, most of the female to male trannies. Look at the broad shoulders, the very prominent collarbones again. So this person is rather thin. Again, one of my theories, if they would gain more muscle mass or even weight, you'd clearly see that this is a tranny, so they tend to starve themselves.
You heard it here first. People like Dreamy who are pretending to be cis, intentionally starve themselves to be thin so that they look more feminine. As if a proper woman, what an actual biological woman looks like, is not thin, but what? Curvy? Fat? Obese? He doesn't actually tell us what exactly a true woman is supposed to look like here. And yes, she has broad shoulders, she has collarbones that protrude. So, women have broad shoulders. People in my family tend to have broad shoulders. The women and the men. None of them that I know of are transsexuals or have gender dysphoria or anything like that. They're your typical human being who doesn't suffer from any of those ailments that people who have gender dysphoria suffer from. So what's his point here? Yeah, maybe men on average have even more broader shoulders than even women with broad shoulders typically have, because more muscle mass, of course, and maybe more fat, I don't know. But even then, women have broad shoulders. Some do, so I don't get what his point is here. And the collarbone thing, I guess when you're skinny, it shows more. Even my collarbone shows more.
Okay, in this video we can see there are no hips. The body goes straight up and down. Let me check for the time marker.
Yeah, in this he tries to prove she doesn't have the typical womanly hips and tries to show that she's actually a man. She's just a stick like most men. And I'm just thinking, yeah, how's he going to prove this? Now, people, I'm going to let you have a guess here. Do you think, A, this person is going to show her from a normal angle where you can see the whole body and everything, and that definitively proves his point? Or is it going to be B, where he shows her a completely weird angle where her actual body isn't going to be shown in its full form, and then shows, ha! Tranny. Have a guess, people. The answer's coming up right now.
By the way, all the videos are rather terribly made and quite nonsensical.
This guy is already two walking stereotypes. Firstly, he's the stereotypical alt-right NEET who never goes out and has weird ideas of what the actual world actually is. And he's a German or an Austrian, I don't know, he's a German speaker of the German culture, I presume, who doesn't get humour. Why am I not surprised? Mate, her thing is absurdist surreal humour like Monty Python. So yeah, that's why it's nonsensical. It's on purpose. And I find it funny that you think that's terribly made, yet here you are using this trial version of a software rather than actually getting like OBS for free. And you can see the watermark at the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and you think that that is better production quality than Dreamy Diglett's videos. Oh, the lack of self-awareness here. But then again, we weren't here for intelligence now, were we?
Yeah, most of these videos make no real sense to me. Maybe to the degenerates who watch this shit.
I think this guy has been reading and watching too many memes and now talks like a meme. The degenerates who watches them. Yeah, people with humour get this. You don't. And I can see why you would think that's degeneracy, because humour, what is this? I guess I shouldn't mention these evil cultural stereotypes and should remain less racist, shall I say. Also, I better not mention the war as well. Don't mention the war.
Oh man. Oh, this, yeah. Humankind has been dumped down so far.
Oh yeah, we're seeing the evidence right now, mate.
As I said, no real hips, no titties, horizontal shoulders, look at the big feet.
Now the part where you guys have to guess is coming right up, but I just like how his criteria is big boobs, curvature, I guess, small feet, and hips that are curvy again, I guess, and also you have to have a particular look of your legs. Seriously, really, is this the best he can come up with? Even then, he's not actually saying what a woman ought to look like. He's just said things that one particular group of women look like, but I have no words. And even then, I find it funny that he's saying, look, no hips, when we're looking at her knees and her feet. If you guessed that it was actually from a weird angle and then he says, ha, look, Tranny, you are correct. That's a 180-degree angle at best, I'd imagine. And how does one discern who anybody is from that angle anyway, or what their body actually looks like?
Look at how skinny this person is.
Yeah, she's skinny. Women can be skinny. It's not necessarily a male thing. Like, what is he on about? Asian women tend to be more skinny than, say, white women or African women. What is your issue here, mate? You are literally making no sense. It's like you've never met a woman before, other than your mum. So, are you basing all this on your mum? I don't know. All this is just nonsensical. I hope it's a Poe.
Let's look again at the shot where it is going down. I will slow it down so you can see the rather slim figure of the non-existent hips. Look at those thin legs. Way too thin for a woman. Okay, some women have thin legs, yes, but we look at all the traits.
Oh yes, you've looked at all the traits. You know the traits of a woman. You know that women can't have legs like that. You know that women look like that because you've seen that, haven't you? You've definitely seen that, haven't you? Yeah, you've definitely been with a woman. And I just find it so convenient that the angle you have chosen makes your point, even though it doesn't prove your point, a little bit more valid in that illogical, crazy sense. I find that very convenient. I mean, it couldn't possibly be you being dishonest. Oh no, oh wait, we can't have you being dishonest now, can we? Because that's an SJW degenerate trait, isn't it?
Here again, no real hips. The shoulders are pushed outwards. The way the feet are positioned, you can see that the legs go a little bit more outwards.
To a normal person who can actually look at things normally, that looks like a girl who's skinny. But to this guy, it's a Masonic transsexual. I mean, yeah, you're not going to see her shoulders properly. They're going to be sticking out because her arms are out in the front. This guy doesn't get anatomy at all.
Always with these saggy clothes, baggy clothes, so you can't see the real body shape. Not always, but in this shot at least. Look at the big feet. Look at these big feet. There are even more shots where you can see it even more clearly. Maybe not in this video, but yeah. And the movement was still one of the things that gives most of these trannies away.
Baggy clothes, or clothes, as this guy says. Clothes. He does realise that it's a fashion thing for a lot of women to wear clothes that are either men's clothes or too big for them. He does know that, right? And she's wearing heels in some of the clips there, so those shoes are actually going to be very big and make it look like her feet are bigger than they actually are. And even if they are big, I can't tell. It's a video. She could be a midget for all I know. People tend to look bigger on camera than they do in real life. Cameras can really change how a person looks because of perspective and all that. But this guy doesn't know all that. This is just completely, utterly all conspiracy.
In the next video, this one is really... I'm not scared, but it's...
You're totally not scared of an 18-year-old girl who you think is some crazy Masonic transsexual person. Are you sure you're not scared? What have you got against them? Why are you so scared? Are you scared of possibly meeting one at a bar if you ever go out one day and end up being seduced? Is that your big fear?
I guess this emotion defines it best. I can't put it into words sometimes what I'm seeing.
Well, you do sound a little bit autistic.
Look at the really skinny body again. Women of this world, please don't starve yourself to death. Here's a video or a channel on YouTube with a very, very, very skinny girl. Many people, I myself included, think that she might die very soon because she's so, underweight or is so...
And that had literally nothing to do with anything.
Look, I guess it's a Saturn, we have a comet. This is sun worship in one way or the other. This is also the all-seeing eye.
It's a sun. I think this is like a tarot card thing. I don't think it has anything to do with worship. She's not even religious. I'm pretty sure she's gone on record saying she's not religious. She's an atheist or some kind of non-religious person. I don't know. I need to ask her on that, but she's definitely not worshipping anything. And you are seeing that as an all-seeing eye when it's just a sun with a pattern in it. And yeah, Saturn and all that. Yeah, it's a spiritual, weird tarot card gypsy thing. It's just there because it's cool. I think she just likes that kind of art, not that she actually worships anything. But hey, you wouldn't know that. But you definitely know that she's a sun-worshipping, Illuminati, Masonic type person, right?
She talks to herself.
This just shows how stupid this guy is, let alone how blind he actually is. Did he even watch the videos? Or did these people just send him the time signatures and say, look, here's where she does particular things? She's not talking to herself, literally. In case you didn't notice, the filter and the angle shows that that is actually a different person or a different kind of dreamy. She's trying to convey things. She's using studio trickery to create characters, like Filthy Frank. But hey, you know what? She's talking to herself because this guy knows exactly what true good production quality is.
As I have came to understand, let's look at the time markers where we can see the very broad shoulders.
He also fails to mention, quite conveniently, that her hips are very prominently out there in an hourglass figure, but, you know, shh. And basically he repeats himself ad infinitum over and over and over again, saying the same things over and over and over again. Literally, go watch the video for yourselves. 14 minutes of broad shoulders, clothes, and stuff like that. Literally, the same shit over and over again. But what interests me the most is the comment section, because let's have a little look at this, shall we? Now, of course, as you'd expect, this video has more dislikes than it does likes. Although, surprisingly, he's doing quite well, with only a difference of 4 compared to most other idiots like this guy would get. And the first comment is actually somebody defending her, saying, absolutely ridiculous, LMAO, whoever made this video was retarded. Indeed, Ellie Katz, you are correct. And then, of course, he tries to mock them by saying, yes, I'm officially retarded, and then just types stupid stuff on his keyboard. And he says, are you also a brain-dead minion of hers? Are you handled by NW, which is millennial woes? If you think you aren't, yes, you are. So even if you've never had any contact with millennial woes, you've never spoken to him, listened to him, seen him, or even heard of him, you are being handled by him because his reach is everywhere. He is, of course, Voldemort. He is, of course, Sauron from Lord of the Rings. So, yeah, your fault. And of course, Ellie says, no, it's the first time I've even heard of her. But of course, the fanboys come in and say, you are a very bad liar. Now run back to the kike psyop alt-right. So apparently there's a difference between the millennial woes type alt-rightists and these people. They are apparently the alt-right implanted by the Jews, because it's obviously them who are really behind everything, even millennial woes. And they need to go back to that because they've been outed, even though there's really nothing in it. Honestly, the level of just complete and utter craziness of these people is astounding, as is typified by Robert Hall here. I have no idea if she's a guy or a girl. It's like some weird in-between thing, not quite male and not quite female. Maybe it's all the hormones. Or who knows, maybe she's not even human. Maybe she's a demon or a cyborg. Or maybe she's crazy because she's someone's slave and she's experienced a lot of torture and trauma. So that's why she's acting so strange and starving herself. Also, just a tip, you probably shouldn't be saying the word titties. It's rather vulgar. Don't use titties. It's quite vulgar. And they say the horseshoe theory is something used by centrists to say, oh, you're all as bad as each other, yeah. Yeah. That's something that SJW would say. And yes, they do believe she could be any of these things, demons or anything. They genuinely cannot see that this is actually just a skinny girl with no eating disorders or trying to starve herself or anything. They literally see this. Now let's go to the comment thread and see what other people are saying. Hi there, says suspension of disbelief. I'm trying to contain myself. The political correctness is also a part of Marxist agenda. There certainly is a difference between vulgar and political correctness. Oh yeah, so you see, when you guys say that, that's not political correctness at all. That's not trying to police other people's speech. But when SJWs do that, political correctness gone start raving bonkers. Then Robert says maybe it's just because she's so skinny, or that her body is deformed, or she could be taking testosterone or something. Or maybe she's a hermaphrodite. You know how Alex Jones talked about the gay frogs. Maybe all the hormones in our food and drinking water affect the way children are developing. I don't really know. Just fantastic science. Alex Jones, he just knows everything. Everything's correct, what he says. And then suspension. The hormones in the environment are most certainly messing with the hormones of the babies. BPA, atrazine, and all the other xenoestrogens and phytoestrogens. A lot of women are taking the pill. This is also making them think like men, and it has effects on the babies this women get. I found out that pilots and doctors of medicine make the most money in Germany. Pilots, chemtrails and staying silent. Doctors, messing with the babies in utero, fall waters. By the way, Alex Jones is a big time shill. Hormones in the environment, hormones everywhere. Quick, get the memes out, get the Toy Story memes out. Hormones everywhere. The pill can make you more masculine and think in a more masculine way, even though he has no evidence to prove this, and there's no evidence to suggest any of that ever happens. Doesn't affect the babies because you're not supposed to have babies when you're on the pill. And pilots and doctors of medicine make the most money in Germany. Right, I don't think they do, actually. I'm pretty sure the people who make the most money will be rock stars, bankers, all these other types of people like that. Doctors of medicine, depending on where they work, what rank they are, and pilots probably aren't very high up on that list. But hey, you know what? Chemtrails, staying silent, and messing with the babies in utero, it's all a conspiracy. But remember, Alex Jones is a shill, so even though we can use all the ideas he ever used, he's still a shill. Okay? He's still a shill. And Robert says, I'm not saying she's a woman, but she really doesn't look like a man either. I'm one, so I should know. Rather, she looks like some weird in-between thing. Yeah, I know Alex Jones is a disinfo agent. You don't need to tell me that. They don't let anyone who tells the truth become as popular as he is. Sooner or later, they'll delete your channel as well. Be prepared. Back up some of your better videos. Great to hear that, says Suspension. A lot of people think Alex is for real. I'd rather point it out, one time's too many. Take care and God bless. Now, somebody was talking earlier and I can't see their comments for some reason. Maybe they deleted them or they blocked me. I don't know who this person is, Asteria. Oh, okay. I thought that tranny was just short for someone who was transitioning from one gender to the other. M to F or F to M. Someone who is in between would be hermaphrodite or intersex, no? Look up in adult intersex people. They look really strange as well. Kind of like Dreamy Diglett. Good to hear. Stay safe and never compromise the truth. Yeah, could very likely be the case. Well, there you have it. She's clearly intersex. And now the best bit of the video. Millennial Woes himself, the handler, the evil sauron Voldemort man himself, the Scottish Illuminati leader, says, I think you're onto something here. Good work. And then White Tree says, nigger, this better be sarcasm. TFW, filthy kraut is insulting a skinny Celtic lass. Indeed, this German guy or Austrian guy is insulting a Celtic lass, even though, you know, Celts are the only people who have red hair. In fact, even Arabic people have red hair. LOL, what is it now, nigger or kraut? I am not both. This is a demonic being. Care for her if you like. I don't. Showing his autism, he doesn't know that by nigger they just mean nigger, you know, mate. But he doesn't get that. He's German and quite clearly autistic. And yeah, he does believe she's a demon. He believes that. I think anybody like that who espouses different beliefs or just random people that he's told are like that are that. Demons, weirdos. So let's just continue. Go fuck a pretty boy, you faggot, says Cat Lady. Why is your picture in the background of Diglett's 666 tweet? Why is there so much Masonic symbolism attributed to Diglett's accounts? We know she is a black magic Masonic witch, and you are part of it, you Satanist shill. Even though I'm pretty sure women can't be a part of the Freemasons, so why would they have witches? I don't know. But remember, she's a man in real life to them, so she is part of the Freemasons. It's a nice little workaround. I like that. And then suspension of disbelief. Obviously, great journalistic work here. Obviously has got to the bottom of this and says, so, you are her handler. You will burn if you don't repent. Jesus loves even you. Typical tricks, Shlomo. We are on to you. Millennial woe. NW equals, there we go with the 33 again. Thanks for the confirmation that this is indeed a tranny. Are you sending over your brain-dead minions? Yeah, I am onto you and your shill network. You go, mate, you go. You're onto him. You're gonna bash the Illuminati, the ancient aliens, and the Kekistanis, and everything else in between. You're gonna totally and utterly wreck them, mate. Millennial Woes is in the background of that 666 tweet, whatever that 666 tweet actually is. It isn't just a 666 alone that makes Diglett a Satanist. There's way too much Masonic symbolism attributed to her behaviour, including the Baphomet symbol she threw in part 1. You are focusing on the conscious, not the subconscious. Diglett is saying one thing consciously while subconsciously sending the opposite message. I did not know that she was psychic. I didn't know she could do all these things. Wow. I really must learn more about these psychic people. Honestly, this sounds exactly like what Chrissy Winters is accusing Bearing of. When he's making videos, he's subconsciously sending messages to get people to harass people. There really is a lot of similarities, even though this is completely left field even what they're saying. It's weird. She was also practicing black magic in her ASMR trigger warning video that she took down. I can see it in her eyes that she's evil and nefarious. The fact that you alt-right followers get so triggered by anyone who criticises your leaders is proof that you lemmings are brainwashed. I have never seen one woman or girl in real life that looks like Diglett. The only thing that comes to mind is that she has the body of a model or actress. If you're into transvestigations, you would know that most models and actresses are trannies. So now we can't even say she has a model's body or an actress's body, even though there's loads of different kinds of actresses and models. That's just because they're all trannies, obviously. And she obviously does black magic. ASMR is black magic. All of it's black magic, mate. She's like Vivi in Final Fantasy. It's all that black magic, man. Fire, innit? And that's it, people. That's the end of the video. This has been absolutely crazy. I really need to go to have some therapy or drink some bleach right now because my brain is utterly fried by the stupidity. I hope you all had a good time. This has been Charming Man 93. Like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, donate to my Patreon if you've got to see me do this full time. And until next time, I'll see you all later.